Sam Santana, welcome to the channel. If you're hanging out on the guitar side of YouTube, like I am, you've probably seen several videos on the subject already. And I'm not here to tell you that my opinion is more correct or better than anyone else's, but I just thought it would be fun to share my take on this. Now, this is quite obvious when you think about it. Ultimately, it's you who needs to decide how much is enough for you. I can only speak for myself. As guitar players and musicians in general, we're constantly bombarded with new gear all over the internet, and we tend to confuse needing something with wanting something. Of course, that's what companies want us to do. They want us to feel like we need that piece of gear. And I just think being aware of this is one step closer towards feeling like you have enough. Just because a magazine or YouTube channel tells you that you need all 5 of these guitars, that doesn't mean you actually need them. And that's not me trying to critique any of those videos. I'm not saying they're bad. I just don't think you need one of everything. I think it's important to be real about your situation. If you're a touring musician who uses a variety of sounds all the time, then 2 amps, 12 pedals and 4 guitars might be the best solution for you. But you have to remember that just because somebody else who you might look up to plays a rig like that, that doesn't mean it's going to be the best rig for you. Personally, I love guitar effects, and when I'm recording songs, I play with effects a lot. But when it comes to playing live, I will use very few pedals, if any pedals at all. All I really need for most of the gigs that I play is reverb, tremolo, and drive. And mostly those things are usually built into the amps that I play through. And I suppose I kind of like the challenge of making more with less. And even though I love effects, I don't want to feel like I'm dependent on them to sound good when I play. I want to be able to be just as confident in my playing when I'm going into, say, a clean Fender amp as when I play with effects on. And to be honest, that's not always so simple, because playing different gear makes us play differently. We all have gear that is less comfortable to us, and we all have gear that's more comfortable. And I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. If you have a rig that you like, roll with it. There's no rig that's perfect for every situation, but you can always try to make the best of the rig that you have. Which leads me on to the next point. You may actually be surprised at the results you can get when you just don't think about gear that much and focus on improving your playing instead. Because at the end of the day, a great guitar is not going to write a great song, however great it is. A great musician is going to write a great song. And having a great guitar is not going to get you a gig. Being a great musician, however, is definitely going to make it easier for you to play shows, because it's going to make other people want to play with you. So, we live in a golden age of gear, and that's awesome because it's good gear is available to more people than it has ever been before. But let's not forget why we buy gear in the first place: to make music. I like to think of it this way. I don't want to buy a piece of gear until I bump into a problem that only that piece of gear can solve. For example, a while back I recorded a new single, which, by the way, is not out yet, so stay tuned for that. However, when recording this song, I used a software plugin to get a good Leslie sound, because I don't have a Leslie cabinet or a Leslie pedal. So when it comes to playing this song live eventually, I might have to get a Leslie pedal to get that sound. So I guess my point is that if you're being productive, and that's what fuels the need for gear, I don't think that's bad. However, when you try to become productive through buying gear, you can easily fall into a false sense of progression. For a really long time, I've been meaning to record my music and release it on all digital platforms. And I did that earlier this year, which I'm really glad that I did. But I put it up for so long because I didn't think that the results would be good enough with this equipment that I had. And eventually I just told myself, you know what? It's better to release a song with just okay quality than to not release a song at all. This is something I still need to tell myself quite often, and I'm telling you the same thing. If you have something that you really want to do, something you really believe in, but you're scared it's not going to be great, just do it. You might thank yourself for it one day. I've been Sam Santana. Thank you for watching the channel. Please subscribe for more content like this. Leave a like and a comment.